Welcome back. The reason weight loss advice isn't working, the generic advice that you hear from around the way, that ends up with you saying, I know what to do, I just don't do it. This is the video for you to watch. Now, this started with something I saw online. Someone said the standard eat less, move more advice is clearly failing most of us in 2026. And it's easy to feel that way. However, I think this advice is fair enough. It's more about the implementation and the systems that you use to put it in place. So let's break it down in this video. If it's your first time here, my name is Reggie. I'm the founder of Fit for Freelance. I help business owners lose weight and feel their best without crash diets or guilt. Now, when it comes to the standard typical advice that you hear all the time, just eat less and get more active, or eat less, move more, it's not wrong. It's just not complete, and it's not instructive or helpful in order for you to make the changes that you want. And most people are trying to follow it using willpower, discipline, motivation. And then when things don't go as expected, they run into challenges, they wonder if something's wrong with them. And there's nothing wrong with you. It's just that, this super simplified forward catchphrase it doesn't apply to your whole life because you don't understand like how that fits or how you're supposed to do these things. All right. Another thing to look at here, the environment, your habits, all that is designed to keep you in your old habits and the things you were doing before. Just saying eat less doesn't help you magically eat less if you have a habit of eating more or not thinking about what you're eating as much, anything like that. Okay. So don't feel bad about yourself just because you don't have the tools or you haven't been taught how to make these changes. You're not the only one. It's super frustrating when people say eat less, move more, and you're like, I try, but I just don't do it, or I can't follow through, or something's wrong with me. All right. So really what's going on behind the scenes, calorie balance is the physics. It's the thermodynamics, energy and calories in and calories out and all that stuff. But how you get into that calorie deficit is behavior science, right? You don't have to count calories this way. I always want to come back to that. But knowing what choices you can make differently in order to get the results you want is how you get into that calorie deficit so you lose weight. All right. And the behavior science of it is the challenging part. Fortunately for you, I've got a graduate certificate in positive behavior support. So lots of experience helping people understand the systems that are contributing to their behaviors. All right. And what's going on in the background that's causing people to stick to their old habits and struggling with it, the food environment. Now, you also know this from public health experience, things like ultra processed foods that are super delicious and easy to eat and convenient and shelf stable and maybe cheaper, easy to access. Sedentary jobs, people doing a lot of computer work, emails, sitting all day, stress and sleep disruption. If you are having a hard time with your schedule, or if you're always running around doing things and you don't get rest, or by the time you get around to getting in bed, you're watching TV for a few hours and you wake up and you're tired, right? These are the things that cause you to keep your old habits. These are built into your routine, and they also make it easier for you to do less healthy things, right? Like if you don't take time to meal prep, you don't have a clear meal plan, then it's easier to just get fast food or eat a bag of chips or something like that, right? So you can see how almost everything is set up to contribute to overweight, obesity, overeating, more challenging things. And what we want to do is look at those systems so then we can make informed choices instead of just thinking that we should be able to eat less. Also, another thing that I have listed here is social eating norms. Going out to eat with friends, or anytime you hang out, if you're going to happy hour, you gotta, have some super greasy appetizer, right? Those kinds of things add up in ways that, the simple generic advice don't really account for. And then that's when you end up like, I'm going to go on a diet and I'm going to cut out all sugars and do that all or nothing approach. That doesn't really work. And you try to use willpower and motivation, and then you have a hard time. So that's what I'm talking about in this video. What we want to do is come up with a system that helps you actually change your habits. So things that you want to do is reduce your decisions, make it more automatic to make the changes that you want for eating healthier foods, eating more fruits and vegetables, getting more fiber, that kind of thing. Building repeatable meals, like having a meal plan. I've got a free meal plan link below, a little snack pack guide that you can try out. You can increase your protein and fiber to control hunger. Those are two top ways most people not getting enough fiber. I recommend to get 25 to 30 grams of fiber per day. So if you do that, get enough protein, you're going to be on the right track. Next tip I have for you is remove trigger foods from daily exposure. If you have foods that are not as healthy, but they're super accessible. You just get them anytime you're feeling a little bit hungry, right? If you take those out of your home or come up with a plan for how you'll eat those in the context of the rest of your diet, then that will help a lot. And then attach movement to routines instead of finding time. This is a common challenge. We're talking about moving more. Most people, think that they have to add time, like add a block of time in order to like get the exercise, right? And then you're adding a chore basically to your already long to-do list. What you want to do is find ways to incorporate movement into things that you're doing throughout the day. So if you can stand up more throughout the day, if you drink more water during the work day, like you'll have to get more water and then you'll have to go to the bathroom more. So you'll get up and walk more, right? If you get a dog, then you can walk more, right? Those are some things that you can do to get more active without having to force yourself to do it or make it a specific event. And that helps you decrease your sedentary time, increase your calorie expenditure, and supports your weight loss, right? So all that great ideas here, but it's not necessarily easy to do this on your own, and it helps to have a plan and a system. That's why I have the no willpower health habit system. Is a simpler way to get set up so you understand that how these choices fit into your daily activities and your plan, and supports your life and everything else that you want to do and accomplish. So you have more energy, more confidence, it's easier to follow through, and you don't feel bad about following off. And it's not just generic advice, it's actually customized to you because this is a plan that you're building for yourself based on your current lifestyle and schedule. So check that out. That's linked below, the No Willpower Health Habit System. It teaches you habits that work with your life and not against it. So if you've been struggling with generic weight loss advice, let me know what you think about this video. Hope it helps. I trust it helps because, like, come on. I study it. I can help you. And I hope you enjoy this video. Next, you can watch how to turn weight loss knowledge into action. I'll put that video here. That's today's message. As always, keep practicing. Peace.